and nephew also just like watching Bluey, so
Bluey.
Everyone seems to
I don't know
like
what
watching
the
A,
Bluey.
a lot of people really like Bluey, and I don't understand why.
So the
it's a
deal
cute
with why people
show, and
like
it's
Bluey is that it's fun for the kids, but also it's fun for the adults because it's not
Mm,
just kid humor, it's also parent humor.
the adults
mm.
are written with
Ah,
actual
so
character,
it's good
and
children's
And,
media.
it's
oh, it's
and
good
it's also
children's
just really
media, dude.
wholesome and people like it.
Oh
Good
yeah, it's
lessons, like it's not trying to
Like
teach your kids
abortions are
something
okay.
stupid. And that's I don't think
No.
they're very marketing heavy as far as
Wait,
I've
no, what is
seen.
that?
Like
It wasn't
probably
an
by and large,
abortion.
but like
There was an episode about miscarriages. I don't know if there was an episode
Miscarriage,
about
not abortion.
abortions. I remember
Yeah,
hearing, I'm like, wow, that's a wild thing for a children's show to tackle.
yeah.
Also, hello everybody, and welcome to the
Hello.
stream.
oh
Hello.
hey, sup everybody?
Welcome to the death warrant of Kaneko Ryugamine. She's
Hey,
filling in
shut up! I'm
herself.
still right here.
I'll be real, she sounds fine to me.
If she sounds
Sometimes I
fine
stare
today,
at
we'll
the
see about
we
walls.
tomorrow.
cloned Kaneko Ryugamine.
I will.
Very realistic.
What are you going? What are you going to do? You're like a basketball. I
That
can
was
dribble you.
You
that was a very aggressive horse
Jeez.
noise.
Are you that sexual
Got the
predator from
horses in
Final
the
Fantasy
back.
VII?
I know you can't see this, but I'm doing this as hard as I possibly can.
Oh boy, alright. I'm gonna eat my mashed potatoes and enjoy the stream. Let's get on with
Oh boy.
Jacopo.
Ah.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying. There's like a non-zero chance the maid's just gonna fucking show up out of thin air in a flashback. You
Oh
never
yeah, she
know.
did last
I
time.
mean, I'll be a little bit more ready than I was last time, but Jacopo.
Fair enough. Also, I think if you're on your PC, your mic does sound kind of off.
I'm on my headphones right now. My mic is not hooked up. I'll switch it over.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get started.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I despise the irrational and the unscientific. Phenomena perceived as miraculous or unexplainable are by and large the products of chicanery, tricks that fail to stand up to even the slightest scrutiny. Only fools and children sincerely believe in tripe like fate and destiny. What does anyone find in such nonsense? Are they merely trying to convince themselves their lives have purpose? The epitome of folly. I firmly believe anyone who's fallen for that is destined to get nowhere in life. Which is why, however vivid they may be, I cannot abide these memories I have of events I've never experienced, of emotions I've never felt. I'm standing in a wheat field I've never seen before, pleading with a girl I've never met. Will you say my name? I ask again and again, a desperate attempt to keep her from leaving me. It's a dream I've seen countless times now, and when I awaken from it, my chest is tight and I'm short of breath. It's a blend of longing and loss, a heart smitten with a realm unknown, feelings that do not easily lend themselves to words. But the most intense of them all is despair at being separated from the girl. I can see her so clearly in the dream, yet the moment I return to reality, she's nothing more than an indistinct fog. There are no words for how absurd it all is. Me, yearning after a girl I've seen only in my dreams. It makes me want to give myself a nice, solid punch to the jaw in the hopes I'll wake up. It's probably a result of all the stress I'm under, but there is a rational explanation, one which relies neither on fate nor miracles. I keep telling myself to forget all about it, to move on with my life. But from somewhere deep within my breast, my very core, I stop myself. You must never forget, cherish those feelings, for it's thanks to your time in that realm that you are alive in this one now. Reincarnation, the river of oblivion. Late April. Oh, for the love of God, don't just start pouring like that, damn it. It's been one thing after another since I got here. I just got this suit back from the tailor, too. God damn it all. As I recall, if I cut through this park, I'll come out at the bus stop. The mere thought of taking the bus in the rain makes me want to gag, though. God damn it. I should have just called a cab. I'd had such a string of bad luck that day. I'd had to stay later than usual to clean up a mess caused by a subordinate, and as soon as I'd managed to get out, it decided to start pouring on me. Lunch had been dreadful, and I'd missed dinner entirely. As the annoyances continued to pile up, even small things that wouldn't usually bother me started adding to the agitation. And it had reached the point where I wouldn't have minded if a meteor struck and eradicated humanity. So when I came across her, I just considered it yet another annoyance to add to the day's stack. As I was crossing through the park, I caught sight of a shadow in the corner of my eye. In that moment, the rain seemed to slow to a crawl, and I felt strangely detached from my surroundings. I stopped dead in my tracks, though I couldn't conjure up a reason as to why. Normally, I wouldn't have spared the girl even a glance. There was no bigger waste of time than sticking your nose in someone else's business. But something was off about me today. Any reasonable man would have called a cab from the office instead of running through the rain in his brand new suit. I was hardly wanting for money after all. Yet for some reason I decided to make a mad dash through a nearby park, knowing full well I was going to get drenched in the process. And now there I was, standing in the rain, enraptured by this girl. She sat on a bench, no umbrella to shield her from the rain. Water streamed down her face, but she still sat unfazed, not even bothering to wipe it away. Her back was straight and her knees held together, very prim and proper, as though there was nothing out of the ordinary about it. And for a split second, the sight of her nearly convinced me of the same. A moment's rational thought was all it took to break the illusion, but I'd come this close to falling for it. It was like looking at a single frame of a movie, a completed work of art, with no room for outside influence. What on earth was going through my head? It's just a damn girl sitting in the rain, and probably a runaway at that. Why else would someone her age be sitting out in the rain all by herself? Whatever her story, sticking my nose into it was certain to end poorly. I had an early morning tomorrow, too. The last thing I had time to do was play busybody. Hey, kid. Hey, I'm talking to you. Yet for some godforsaken reason, I was trying to get her attention.
Are you talking to me?
Her eyes were light, an almost translucent gold under the pale yellow streetlight, and they looked like they could pierce right through me. And her voice was a curious thing. I didn't have the words to adequately describe it, but it sounded like it was resonating directly in my mind. The sound of it was undeniably beautiful, but there was something more there. Like each and every syllable coiled itself around my heart and tried to crush it. Have we met before? What the hell? It wasn't what I had planned to say at all. The words just fell out of my mouth.
Who are you? Do I need to call the police?
Look at that, she was already getting wary. What the hell had gotten into me? I'd been acting inexplicably peculiar. Just last month, I'd run into a tall woman who seemed strangely familiar. And for whatever reason asked her if we had any shared acquaintances, an absurd thing to inquire of a stranger. I was clearly losing my mind, even if I wouldn't want to associate with me. That won't be necessary. Uh, please, just ignore that if you would. What I actually want to know is, well,
Hmm?
is what a young girl is doing at this time of night all by herself. Foot, track- Foot traffic has almost entirely died down. It's not safe to be here alone. Hurry up and go home.
And who exactly do you think you are? What I do and where I do it is my own business.
I hate to break it to you, little girl, but it's every adult's public duty to keep children out of danger. And you're definitely not 18 yet.
I'll have you know I'm in my 20s, thank you.
Humph. Well, you certainly don't look it. And even setting aside the question of your age for a moment, you're going to get yourself sick sitting out in the rain like that. I don't care if you got into a fight with your parents and it's awkward being at home. You need to stop being so stubborn and go back. You're a public nuisance.
Is that so? Well, I'm not a nuisance to myself, so if you're so bothered, maybe you should go home. Have a nice day. Humph.
Hey now, watch your tone, girl. This is for your own good.
For my own good, huh? So your definition of being a concerned citizen involves butting into a stranger's business, reprimanding them unprovoked, and then finally calling them a nuisance. You're such a thoughtful, caring gentleman. Thank you oh so much for your courageous consideration. Happy?
You do not know when to shut up, do you, child? All I'm saying is that it's not a good idea for a girl your age to be out here.
Well, your concern is a nuisance to me. Leave me alone.
Fine, you win. What the hell ever. I was stupid to pretend I cared. Don't come whining to me if it turns out I was right. Kids these days, I swear to God, they don't know how to respect their damn elders. Christ, I should never have even bothered with her. Complete and utter waste of time. And now I'm probably going to miss the bus, too. That kiosk is still open. Maybe it sells umbrellas. Damn it, don't just stand there like an idiot, Jacopo. Forget about the stupid girl. I've got an early morning. I have to get going. For Christ's sake, what the hell has gotten into me?
Again? I thought you went home. Did you get bored and decide to come parent me again?
Are you only capable of speaking in biting remarks, girl? Of course I didn't get bored. I missed the goddamn bus because of you.
That doesn't explain why you came back. Are you going to demand I pay for your bus fare?
I beg your pardon. Do I look so miserly? I would make a child hand over pocket change.
You certainly do.
I swear to God, I'm gonna be here all night if I entertain every snide remark of yours. I'm done. Take this.
Huh? An umbrella? What for?
Because leaving you here to soak all night would leave a bad taste in my mouth.
Why should whatever happens to me have any effect on you? And before you ask, no, I don't have the money to pay for that.
I'm not, and I never intended to ask you to pay me for it. It's just a cheap plastic umbrella, for God's sake.
And you only bought one? Why didn't you didn't get one for yourself as well?
Don't worry about me. I live in the neighborhood. Quit your griping and take the damn umbrella.
What? Hey, don't shove it into my face.
There, it's yours. Get yourself home and quickly, you hear me?
Hmm. What on earth is that man's problem?
The next morning it was still raining, the sky covered in a thick layer of dark clouds. It wasn't even rainy season. Why couldn't the sky just dump everything in one big downpour and let us be done with it? It continued through the day, showing no signs of letting up even as the sun went down. The slow, constant drizzle was like my mood made manifest. In the 3 years since my work had brought me here, I'd only gotten busier and busier. I hadn't even had time to properly accustom myself to life in France, and the slew of crap being hurled at me wasn't helping. I'd managed to learn the language, but the cultural barrier still stood tall between me and the locals. At which point you might say, then just go home already. But I was already too stubborn to go crawling back with nothing to show for my time here. At the very least, I wanted to get my company off the ground, and mostly sustainable first. Otherwise, the whole endeavor would be a failure. Which was why I was staying at the office day in and day out, but the harder I worked myself, the lazier and more incompetent everyone else seemed, and the more irritated I grew with them. Drinking and smoking were essentially the only outlets I had for my constantly mounting stress. It certainly is crowded today. Alright, it's the weekend. God, I can't even remember what day of the week it is anymore. There's no way I'll be able to relax with this many people here. I guess I'll just grab one drink and go. Hmm? Hmm?
I fucking lied.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, fuck! Oh,
Oh,
oh wow.
reclaim your role, just.
Uh,
So
crap,
should I
yeah,
still do
AC
like
is
the,
getting food.
so should I still do like the oh I'm so evil voice?
Oh no.
No, he's
no,
At the very least, he's
No,
masking
no.
He's in
here.
public.
Yeah, he's pretending to be normal.
Talk like a person.
Oh, hey, no. Oh no, it's Joshy. Never
Hold on a
mind.
second. Whoa! Joshy's
Just-
getting him, I guess. God damn.
Just
God,
talk,
why did he roll through like that?
talk like a normal person, but
Joshy
also
somehow
act like a
tripped
normal
through
person.
the door into
the
the
way
call.
Joshy
It sounds like he's imitating being a
wants to
twink.
voice Yukimasa after everyone was like, "Yeah, we want Yukimasa to choke." Crazy.
You want me to hit the yoinky?
Yeah,
Oh wait,
I
is
was
she
just
saying
saying,
Anze?
oh wait, he's on his
Joshy's
way.
been
He's
awakened.
coming.
I wonder
Cool,
what he's
I'm
eating.
getting
Oh.
beverage then.
My
Oh,
dog will not
He
stop
got here
farting.
just in time. Welcome.
Joshua was awakened from earlier Xenos conversation and now wants to voice the Xenos.
Dog be barking and farting.
Yeah, I haven't been,
he's back.
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't
but
been
Justin
in
went to get
France
his
a bit.
drink.
I haven't been in France very long then. I mean,
Wait, AC. He went to go get his drink.
And anyways, I would like to call Rindy out. That's not true. I don't have an awakening. Fuck you. I'm going to go back to my father now.
Like first he gets awakened by fairies, and now like this shit happens.
Whoa! What about fairy?
What are you talking about, man? What the hell?
You kind of like just like in the middle of the Kingdom
Tucker,
Hearts
like-
stream, just kind of.
Less credible than Rindy.
Wow.
Who is? About
I mean, what else is new?
What are we talking? Are we talking about Joshy's
We're talking
like
about
weird
Joshy's love of
infatuation with
fairies.
Xenos? Yay, Galvus.
I'm not even
It's
good.
not, it's
I
not
know.
weird,
alright, hold on.
Justin. You can't say it's weird. Like
Alright,
it's
hold on.
normalized in this day and age. You can
Bring,
just
bring,
Well, no.
I'm for sure
He
people are
can
turned
just
on
be
by
gay
that.
for him. There's no problem.
The infatuation is normal for me, B, and Rindy. Anybody else comparatively is weird.
Okay, hypocrite.
And the infatuation.
I mean, I've seen him. He's good looking.
And the infatuation will be
Yeah.
so
Excuse me, I'm a
strong, you'll be
hypocrite?
willing to
Very
spoil
different.
me about him. I know what you're on.
I just told you a name.
Yeah, right? Relax, buddy.
I've seen you retweet some fucking art back in the day.
And I'll do it again!
And I'll never
Oh,
get to
Justin.
FF14 because I will be seeing critical moments.
Okay.
We'll
Does
stop
anyone
looking
have
at
anything else to
twitter.com.
say?
Anyways, class, settle down. AC, read your line.
Everybody, come on, it's time. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Huh? So you haven't been friends very long then. Amusingly enough, I was only transferred here a month ago myself.
So am I doing this, or is Rindy doing this?
You're doing this? Wait.
I would also believe.
Yeah.
Because I wanna.
What?
Con, I think it's you, right?
I also
Oh,
believe so.
that's what I'm asking. Is it me or is it Rindy?
Yes, it is you.
It was you last time we did the stream. It's you again. It's
I
too
mean-
late
No, but
now.
Rindy-
The good scene's over.
I mean, realistically speaking, you are sick, so it should be swapped, but I think that is your character.
Do you want? Well,
Hey.
Con, just go. Go. We're giving it to
go
you.
if you're going to go. Yeah.
All right. Oh, neat! Salve, a month ago was when Maria and I came to Paris on vacation, which is then when I started thinking about moving here.
So wait, you're saying you decided on everything and moved to a foreign country in the span of a month?
Yep. I mean, yes. My mom was not terribly pleased with me either. But once I set my mind on something, I usually make a beeline for it.
No need to be so tense. Please make yourself comfortable.
If you say so, sure, I'll try. You know, when you first bumped into me, I was kind of scared. But it turns out you're not scary at all. You actually seem really sweet and respectable.
Sweet and respectable, you say. I'm flattered, but I don't see myself as either.
Ugh. What the hell do those two Asians think they're doing there? The far end of the counter is my seat, damn it. Not that I
What?
reserved it, but
Oh!
I know this place is quite accommodating to foreigners, but I can't stand all the obnoxious tourists it attracts on top of that.
Alright, good to
See,
know
he-
the racism stuck from the mafia days.
You see,
No,
no,
pedocon theory, Jacopo, let's go!
No, he just hates tourists.
No, it's
That
the
said-
pedocon theory, you know?
That said, I feel like I've seen the man somewhere before.
Bring
Maybe
on the
from a
monkey bar.
company we contracted out to. No, I'd remember him more clearly if that were the case. No idea, but it's unimportant anyway. Where's an open seat at the counter? There we go. Hey, barkeep. One of the usual, on the rocks. Excuse me? My bottle's already empty. Then get me a new one, please. I don't remember drinking that much. Good lord. Are you sure you didn't leave the bottle open and it all evaporated? I'm joking, yes. I would be able to tell from the taste if you mishandled it that badly. The color's just right, the glass beautiful, and the ice perfectly cut. Now, if only it weren't so loud here, it would be perfect. And now a drink to wind down from work.
This is the spot. Nothing the small basic high school beer.
You there, I'm trying to enjoy my drink in peace, damn it. Keep it down and maybe try acting a little more ladylike, would you?
Excuse me, the hell's your problem? This is a bar, I can make it as loud as I damn well please. And mixing with that last century chauvinism while you're at it. Somewhere else if you're gonna be a little bitch about it.
Is there one? I only sat next to you because it was the only seat open. I didn't choose this arrangement any more than you did.
There are plenty of other bars in town.
And this is the bar with my bottle keep.
Oh, you're such a baby. Maybe you need to learn how to act like a proper gentleman when you see a woman alone at the counter. Repeat after me. Good day to you, milady. Are you alone? Then please allow me to buy you a drink. Now I'll wait for you. A glass of the most expensive whiskey they have. Give it a try. I'm still a real girl myself, though.
I'd sooner choke on my own tongue. If you want someone to offer you a drink, act like an actual damn lady.
You ever stop whining, dude? Holy crap. Wait, I feel like we've met before.
You trying to hit on me now? Sorry, but I have no interest in foul-mouthed, short-haired girls with attitudes.
I
Try
do.
somewhere else.
Right here, take me.
What you gonna take? Who the hell tried an ass hit an blah? Who the hell tried to hit on an asshole like you? No, I just feel like I remember being pissed off at you. I don't know, remember. You're the dick who bumped into me.
I can't say I remember every single person I brushed shoulders with.
Well, you were a huge ass to me and my friend. Apologize, right now.
Pardon? The fact that I don't remember clearly means it wasn't that big a deal. So I see no reason I should be forced to apologize.
It may not have been a big deal to you, but it sure wasn't to me. You put me in a bad mood for the rest of the day, which went and ruined a perfectly good vacation. And the crap just kept piling on after I got back. I ended up clocking my boss, getting fired, and being blacklisted from the fashion industry. So I decided, hey, I'll start over in a new place. And the one place I was finally able to get work at is about to shut down.
Most of that doesn't sound even remotely like my fault.
Screw you. Everything's your fault. I got all my luck when you slammed into me that day. Barkeep, fill me up again.
Ugh. Good lord, cancel that and pour her a glass from my bottle, would you?
Huh? After all that smack you talked to, I should buy me a drink.
I'm not normally a man to offer drinks to any random woman I sit next to, but they don't tend to wail endlessly on at me like a miserable banshee either. So you get a pity glass.
Please just call me a miserable banshee. You sure know how to piss a girl off.
You also need a lesson in how to properly enjoy good whiskey. You don't just down it all like a beer, you hear me? You have to savor it. Take a sip, roll it around the top of your tongue, let the aroma soak in, and then swallow. Give it a try.
Seriously? Now you lecture me on how to drink? Just let me enjoy it how I want to, sheesh.
Quit griping and do it how I told you, damn it.
Aye aye, Captain. Ooh. Holy shit, this was the fucking bomb! I don't usually drink it because it tastes like sweaty asshole, but this stuff ain't half bad.
I told you.
So hey, is there only one glass worth of pity in ya?
You're one ravenous woman. Whatever, have as much as you want.
Oh yeah! You want to chew on glass, but you're not a terrible dude.
I've changed my mind. I don't want to share another drop with you.
I'm just kidding. I had to take a joke, man.
How's it already this late?
Late? The night's so young, dude. You had a wife and kids to get back there or something?
Hate to disappoint you, but I'm single. I have to be up early for work tomorrow.
Damn, you work at the weekends? Well, someone's a busy boy. Huh. You don't look like the food service type either.
You'd be right about that. I work at a real estate agency that primarily targets wealthy expatriates. But everyone there is utterly useless, so I'm essentially managing the entire branch myself.
Ooh, that's a lot of money in that. You're the kind of guy who lunges around, counting big stacks of bills, aren't you? Riches before beaches, yeah? Because most guys, when you buy a girl a drink, the idea is to get them drunk enough to come home with you.
As said, I have zero interest in a woman as crass as you. Or are you insinuating you want to come to my place?
Ah, hell no. I jump off a bridge before going home with you. I need to have a pretty decent time drinking with you, though. It feels like we've known each other for years. Maybe since we're both Italian? I mean, it's probably not it, but I don't know what else it could be. It's weird, because when you first sat down, I wanted to break your jaw.
I was thinking almost the same about you. You don't feel much like a woman, which makes it easier to talk to you.
Damn, you're a huge dick! I'm pretty smoking hot if I do say so myself. Whatever. Makes my life a whole lot easier if you don't have to worry about you trying to fill me up every 10 seconds. We should get drinks again sometime. Somebody tells me this ain't the last time we'll be seeing of each other.
I would certainly hope it is. If our paths cross a third time, I can only assume malicious forces are at work. Ugh.
Yeah, you do your snacky little act. Get it out of your system. I'm pretty sure there will be a third time for us. Oh, one other thing. My name is Maria. Now you don't have any excuse to call me a miserable banshee next time. So what's yours?
Jacopo.
Yeah, I definitely know that name from somewhere. Catch you later, Jacopo. Buonanotte.
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 Italiano. Hey, Orange,
Uh,
she's Italian.
Well, I was in there longer than planned, and the rain still hasn't let up either. I guess I'll take the same shortcut through the park.
Okay, so I'm gonna warn you right now. When I went to go undo my mic, it froze up Discord, and it's probably going to crash it. So just get ready for that happening.
Oh, fun.
Wait, did you adjust my
yeah.
audio
Thanks for the heads up.
for the stream? Because I am apparently much louder now because I fixed some. I messed around with settings to not be as quiet.
Yeah, you fixed your stuff earlier, so that's fine now. Anyways,
You
by the
sound
way-
fine, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, but I think Joshi said I'm very loud on the stream.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, just give me a moment to reset my stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have very little control over this for some reason. Alright, now you're stuck with me for the next, 2 minutes. Curse of Ra. Curse of Ra. Your mouth will now be full of sand. Die. Metaphorically. Die before subscribe, then. And also don't forget to set it to autofill. Or auto.
I think
auto
Maria is
resubscribe.
dasting me. I'm unsure what he meant by that.
Alright.
I think this was just a typo.
He probably meant blasting, which is very different.
Dasting.
I think that's just a typo.
Apparently, dasting is a innovative project that aims to revolutionize overseas stock market trading platforms with blockchain. Which is
That's
why we
truly
should
what
get
he meant.
involved.
Man, he has some interesting
You know, the worst
hobbies.
Oh god, if
That makes
Jacopo
sense.
wasn't like, if this was written in the modern day, he would absolutely.
Let me tell you something about timeshare.
Oh
It's,
god.
no, we got his full name. It's Jacopo DiCaprio.
The NFT
That's the full
crowd
name.
He vested into
To
those
dast
monkeys.
apparently means to dare someone.
Would you invest in NFT or Bitcoin is the question.
No, I don't think it.
Ideally, neither.
mean,
You want something
I
fucking
did-
funny? There's actually. No, sorry, you go. You go first. What's up?
No, go ahead.
So I was going to say there was a very distinct time where Bitcoin was like, we're gonna do a special thing where we give away $5 in Bitcoin to everybody, and I went, I don't fucking want that, so I sold it as quickly as humanly possible. The funny thing is that there was like a bot going around trying to steal it from people, so. But I already converted it, so someone just like took $5 from me, and I was like, I'm gonna get that back. It's not that big a deal.
Oh god. Somebody stole $5 from you.
In PayPal. Anyways,
So Dast
PayPal
apparently
gave me
is like
$5.
Dast is the path is the never mind.
Okay. Alright, back to it then.
Well, I already did read the line.
Yeah, you did.
Is that no? I couldn't believe my eyes. A young girl sitting alone on a bench in the rain, exactly as I had seen her yesterday. For a second, I wondered if I'd gone back in time, but I knew that wasn't possible, which meant she had been there since yesterday. Hey kid, you're still here?
You again. And you reek of alcohol. Are you drunk?
I'm not drunk, I merely enjoyed a nice glass to wind down. But what I've been doing doesn't matter. The question is, what are you doing out here in the rain yet again? And what happened to the umbrella I gave you?
It was stolen while I was briefly away.
What? Wait, no, the umbrella isn't important either. Don't tell me you've actually been here since yesterday. Is there some reason you can't go home? Then ask a friend if you can stay at their place. At least find somewhere you can have a roof over your head. Or are you planning on being homeless permanently? You could try saying something, maybe.
My life is none of your business.
And as I said last time, that's not reason enough for me to just ignore you. Last night I assumed it was a straightforward runaway case. But if there's more to it, then that's all the more reason for someone else to get involved.
And as I keep saying, leave me alone. It's none of your concern what happens to me.
Fine. I'll let the police deal with you.
Excuse me? Why should the police have to be involved? Have I broken any laws?
I can't abide by an unattended runaway, but you want me to leave you alone, which leaves me with only one choice. Let the authorities take you in. Dealing with lawbreakers isn't the only duty of the police.
Yo, have they gotten the memo about that?
It's France.
Sorry.
I mean, a cop's a cop, no matter how you slice it.
B is about to put on the yellow jacket.
Ah, the Lake Erie Perry Pigs.
Wait, I didn't say that line.
Oh, sorry, I thought you did.
Mm-mm. I was about to, but then Crimson spoke. Then I'll find a different park where you won't see me.
Why are you so determined to stay in the damn park? Anyway, the point is you can't be here. And going to another park doesn't change that. For the love of God, just go home, child. It's not safe for a girl to be sleeping out here all alone. How can you not realize that?
I am obviously aware of the dangers.
Then why?
Heavens, you are insufferable.
Oh, are you finally going home?
Absolutely not. I'm simply relocating elsewhere without as many obnoxious drunkards around to pester me. Have a nice life. I will apologize for the umbrella, though.
The girl gave me a vicious scowl, then turned and began walking away. I'd given her plenty of warning, plenty of advice. I'd done my due diligence, and pushing it any harder was a waste of both of our time. She could deal with the consequences of her own decisions, whatever they ended up being. It wasn't my business. She was an ungrateful, petulant little brat. I had nothing but a migraine to gain by offering her any consideration. So I just wouldn't. That was best for my sanity. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. It became a mantra in my head. But my hand appeared to have missed the memo, because when I looked up next, it was clasped around her upper arm.
What are you?
She turned her head back toward me, frowning and clearly bewildered. And as I was probably about equally as confused. I could practically hear her chewing me out in her mind about the mixed messages I was sending. If you don't have anywhere else to go, I figured she would have already smacked my hand away and threatened to call the police by now. But what I saw instead was a girl who looked concerned and out of options. My grip around her arm tightened. How was I going to finish that statement? None of the follow-ups I could think of seemed wise, or sane at that. But the other option, letting her go and doing nothing, was entirely out of the question. You can stay at my place.
What? Stay at your place. You're joking, right?
Much to my own dismay, I'm evidently dead serious. I have food, a bed, and anything else you may need. It's better than sleeping outside in a park, at least. The choice is obviously yours. However, know that if you choose to stay somewhere without a roof over your head, I will call the police and report you as a runaway.
That sounds an awful lot like a threat.
I'd like to think I'm simply ensuring you get what's best for you.
Alternatively, I could start screaming. And then when I've drawn enough attention to you, I can slip away and head to a different jurisdiction where the police can't do anything.
By all means, I won't stop you.
Well, we've reached an understanding then.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'll go to your place. In the end, it doesn't matter where I am, after all. What? You look confused.
No. I'm just surprised you actually took me up on the offer.
Why should you be surprised when you're the one who proposed it? Now let go of my arm and then show me.
Right, fine. The words came out sounding even limper than I had intended. I was quite relieved, though, despite how displeased she looked. The reasonable thing to do in this situation was obviously to not engage with her at all, just to silently report her to the authorities. But I'd gone for perhaps the most unreasonable solution imaginable. I couldn't tell at a glance how old she was, but she certainly wasn't in her 20s like she claimed. I was an adult man inviting a minor to stay at my place. If anyone in this scenario was going to be spending quality time with the police, it was me. I'd clearly lost my goddamn mind, though, because even in the face of that, I had no intention of rescinding my offer. If you told me I would end up picking up a woman, hell, not even a woman, but a girl, at the park tonight as opposed to the bar I just left, I would have laughed in your face. In my apartment, the girl stood perfectly still, her gaze slowly crawling over the lay of my living room. Was she not used to seeing other people's homes? Or was it just that it was a man's abode? Try not to stare too much, would you? I rarely have guests, so it's a bit of a mess.
It looks quite clean to me.
Huh? No, that's the last thing I expected to hear from you. But if a teenage girl says so, then it must be true.
It's been bothering me for a while, but could you please stop acting like I'm a child?
Oh, right, you're in your 20s. I forgot. Then I'd better give you the adult treatment instead.
When you gave me the umbrella yesterday, you said you live nearby.
What about it? It is close, not even a 30-minute drive.
Are all grown men compelled to downplay their struggles, or is it just you? I took that to mean you lived maybe a few minutes away. This is hardly what I would call in the neighborhood. Partway through the cab ride, I began to suspect you were actually kidnapping.
I would do no such thing. As I've told you on multiple occasions, I'm not a creep. I'll show you my ID if that will make you feel any better. I've got my driver's license, my passport. I'll even dig out my birth certificate if you want to see that. I have nothing to hide. For the last time, I'm only providing you shelter until whatever's going on blows over and you can go home. Until then, you're free to make yourself at home here.
You're inscrutable.
Excuse me? Who are you calling inscrutable? I'm just offering you some hospitality. The silent treatment. Well, whatever. You must be hungry. It won't be anything fancy, but I'll throw dinner together. Oh, but you're gonna want to get changed first, huh? You'll get sick if you stay in that wet dress. Give me a minute, I'll go find something.
No, you needn't bother.
I needn't bother. What's with the sudden stuffy act? I thought you had a sassy retort for everything. Anyway, I'll go grab a towel and some clothes. You sit down until I get... Hold on. You kind of...
What? Get away from me.
really smell. How long has it been since you last bathed? I thought the apartment smelled kind of weird when we got in, but no, it was just you, I guess.
This smell is in. I stink.
Correct, you smell like a wet dog. It's impressively foul. The shower's right there. Go clean all that nasty junk off you. You can toss your clothes in the washer while you're at it. Never in my life have I met a woman in her 20s who let herself go around smelling like a damn animal.
But. In.
Pardon?
Burn in hell, you fiend!
That seems a bit excessive, I think. A few minutes later, I heard the sound of running water coming from the bathroom. As off as the girl was, it seemed she at least knew how to use a shower. So she hadn't been raised by wolves in the forest. That was a relief. After checking to make sure the door to the shower area was properly closed, I went to the bathroom and put a freshly washed shirt and a pair of pants into a basket by the sink. They probably wouldn't fit her, but I didn't keep any smaller clothes on hand, so she would just have to make do. It was honestly rather strange hearing sounds that weren't mine at home. While I'd told the girl I rarely had guests, the truth was I never did. I was somewhat more social back before I moved to France, but I hadn't made any friends here close enough to invite over. An image of the woman I'd met at the bar today, Maria, flashed into my mind. Supposedly it wasn't actually our first encounter, but I sincerely couldn't remember bumping into her before. At first I had thought merely her loud and overbearing, but by the time we parted ways I'd grown quite comfortable with her. Once someone had left a bad impression on me, it was rare for it to ever improve, and certainly never that quickly. Perhaps I could invite her over sometime and we could chat over drinks again. That might be fun. We hadn't given each other our numbers, though, and I doubted we'd accidentally run into each other for a third time. So, maybe not. But for now, I needed to focus my attention on the girl. How long did girls her age usually spend in the shower? Unfortunately, I didn't have any sisters or younger cousins as I was growing up, so I had no idea what to expect. I just knew it felt like she was taking forever in there. So I figured I should go ahead and make dinner in the meantime to take my mind off the waiting. I guess that'll do. Would be better if I hadn't added the sauce before making sure I had enough tomatoes. It tastes fine, though. Now to wait for the water to boil. Ah! Christ, I didn't see there. You could have said something. God damn. Hold on.
Why?
What the fuck? Why are they doing
What
this?
the absolute fuck?
Why is Fata Morgana having a Jeffrey Epstein moment?
Because it's Japanese.
Why is she showing? Why is she
Put on some
showcasing her
closer
VTuber?
cuts.
I see why.
This
She's
is
showing her
not
new
how you
VTuber outfit.
This is not how you conduct yourself in a stranger's house. You did see that I set pants out for you too, right?
Oh my god. You could fit 2 of me in those pants, and the legs were so long I'd almost certainly trip on them, so I decided it was more comfortable to not wear them. Morgana, no!
That doesn't mean you can just go around wearing only...
And why is that? The shirt is long enough to be a dress, so I don't see the problem.
Everything about it is a problem. You're a young girl, carelessly exposing your legs to an older man.
You're the one pointing. Oh my god, never mind. Oh!
Huh, so you're insinuating that my attire has caused you to have untoward thoughts about me. You are regenerative and a repulsive human being.
What? I'm not having untoward thoughts about you. I just mean you won't have anyone to blame but yourself for dressing like that if something happens to you.
Yes, that's what all sex offenders say. You blame your victims for wearing revealing clothing and claim no responsibility for your own actions.
1 second.
Have any of you guys watched Kill la Kill?
I plan on it.
A man is allowed to
I
dress
saw
like
it, yeah.
Yes.
A man is allowed to dress like a slob whenever he pleases, but a woman must be prim and proper at all times. Is that what you're saying?
Good point, yeah.
Christ, she's relentless. Damn it, Jacopo, calm down. She's a goddamn child. A bit of leg isn't going to do anything for you.
Oh my god!
Deep breaths, calm ocean waves. You make a fair point. It's not as though you're in any way physically attractive to me. I take back what I said. Dress as slovenly as your heart desires. You can roam about in nothing but your underwear and it won't faze me.
Then perhaps I shall.
Don't even think about it.
I'm kidding. I would like to maintain at least a degree of modesty.
Too late. Wearing nothing but a shirt counts as modesty to you.
So, what is it you're making?
Oh, it's spaghetti and meat sauce. Nothing exciting. Just throwing together a quick store-bought dinner.
I never realized a quick store-bought meal involved cutting fresh onions, cooking fresh ground beef, and crushing fresh tomato. This is most educational.
Does every word that comes out of your mouth have to be dripping with sarcasm? This isn't even close to a proper homemade sauce. But yes, this is a bit big on you. You should change back into your clothes when the laundry is done. And don't you dare suggest there's some deeper, sinister meaning there. I just can't imagine something that loose would be comfortable.
Yes, whatever you say. Do you have any women's clothing I can use then? You're Italian, are you not? So I assumed you would have a few spare outfits lying around for one-night stands. One moment.
What is going on?
You
What
try
the
to,
fuck?
you try to search for clothing. You try to search for clothing. You look everywhere, but you only notice one thing: The only thing that you notice is that the man in front of you is Italian. That is all you have to work with.
Damn.
You're Italian, just Italian me some clothes. Spaghetti man,
You own an
jeez.
apron.
You're gonna have to work with
you're like a
this.
Mr. Drinks whiskey and
something, right?
Mr. House Seller, just sell me a
You
fucking
own some
house, why don't
lingerie.
you?
So what kind of music you listen to, huh?
You said your name was
My man,
Gucci,
he was.
right? Anyways.
So what are your thoughts?
Who fucking loves funiculars?
Your name's Versace, right? Anyway.
Hey, watch it. Just because I'm Italian doesn't automatically mean I'm promiscuous.
I mean,
Those Asians, though.
I clicked the Twitch stream on accident, so it just sounded like it doesn't mean I'm promiscuous. Promiscuous.
My face hurts from laughing.
You're not popular with women then?
Why does it have to be one or the other? How did you know I was Italian anyway? We were both speaking French, and I hadn't used any other language in many months. The majority of people in these parts were from some form of Latin European. It wouldn't be easy to pinpoint someone's nationality by their appearance. Did I have an accent then? I felt like my pronunciation was fairly standard, but maybe I wasn't the best judge of that. She cocked her head to the side, seemingly unsure how to answer, which likely meant it was something... It wasn't something as obvious as an accent.
Now that you mention it, I'm not sure. I just thought you were from the moment I saw you and never considered otherwise. How strange.
Curious but not unbelievable, I suppose. In any case, yes, I am from Italy. Are you familiar with Sicily? She nodded. I was born in Sicily, but I only lived there for a few years. As a kid, I was constantly moving all over Italy, and now I'm here for work.
Do you ever feel like going back?
To Sicily? No, never. There's nothing there, not even fond childhood memories, and I hate family gatherings. She fell silent for a minute, muttered
I see.
under her breath, and then didn't pursue it any further. Which honestly I was grateful for. I don't particularly enjoy talking about my family. Evidently, some generations back, our ancestors had ties to the Mafia, and that reputation still came with the name today.
There it is.
As a child, the other kids tended to keep their distance, hence no fond memories of that period. We lived in mostly rural areas, so rumors spread quickly and mercilessly. This in turn led to difficulty at school, trouble graduating, and even became an obstacle finding work.
Oh, cool, it finally fucking crashed. Okay, hold on a second.
Oh, yay.
Oh.
Damn.
Wait, no, it's still going? No, shit. Well, hold up a second.
Oh, really?
Not on the Discord.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
Hold on.
Escape those Sicilian jokes.
I swear to fucking god, there's always some weird ass, like, bug that just kind of crops up for no fucking reason. Anyways. Oh. Oh, do I have to just fucking reset it completely? Hold on a second.
Oh, man.
Alright, hold on. Ugh. Swear to fucking god.
one here.
Maybe to you. To me, it just sounds like I'm gonna go
Alright.
ahead and start regaling people about bar stories.
That's not what a
Welcome back
foible is.
again.
Oh, don't get on B, that's contagious.
Sorry.
Did you
By the
catch
way,
the summer cold?
Bye, how was the Queen Bey concert?
Oh, that was great. Oh my god.
You get photos?
No, because me and my other two queer friends are also terrible. We were in the moment.
Ah, how did it feel though?
It was great.
Ah.
Okay.
Felt like I was at the club.
It was like every little thing I did was being monitored everywhere I went. I could feel their stares, see them waiting to pounce at any slip-up. It was suffocating. And when I did screw something up, it was all living up to your family's name, I see, from every direction. I had no prospects in that country. They would make damn sure of that. So I left as quickly as I could manage. I'd expected the girl to say something snippy in response, but she stayed uncharacteristically quiet. It felt wrong not hearing anything sarcastic coming from her. But that's not really a story for now. Dinner will be ready soon, so please take a seat elsewhere and wait. There's a TV in the living room. You can watch whatever you want. She gave a curt nod, then trotted out into the living room. Man, it really throws me off balance when she's not fighting me at every junction. Hey, food's ready. What the hell are you doing? When I stepped out into the living room with 2 plates of fresh spaghetti, I was greeted with the girl staring at the remote, still as a statue. After frowning at it for a while, she turned her head up to face me.
You told me to watch TV, but I can't figure out how to use the remote. I pushed the button, but it won't come on.
What on earth was she talking about? She didn't know how to use the remote. She couldn't be serious. Oh, do you not have a TV at home? I guess you can do everything on a computer and phone these days, so you wouldn't necessarily need one.
I don't have a computer or a phone either.
What kind of life have you had, girl? Christ, it's the 21st century, for God's sake. Are you secretly an old woman? Or Amish, maybe? How do you keep track of your schedule, buy plane tickets, or reserve your seat at the movie theater without a smartphone?
How rude. You can use an agenda to track your schedule, buy plane tickets at the airport, and buy movie tickets at the theater counter. It sounds like you're too reliant on your phone.
Fine, I'll reluctantly give you that you can live without one, but it deprives you of a great many conveniences and luxuries. Modern civilization is built under the assumption that everyone has these devices. These are accommodations you simply cannot make use of if you don't keep up with the times to a certain degree.
Not everyone sees the world the same as you, and for all your insistence, you don't seem to be getting much enjoyment out of the life you're pushing.
Goddamn child, forget it, just give me the remote. Look, the red button turns it on and off. Then you push the numbers to change the channel. See, that's all it took. How could you not even work out that much yourself?
There are too many buttons. What are all the other ones doing on there if that's all you need to turn it on?
Obviously, you need to be able to set recordings, browse the guide, and connect it to the internet, and so on.
That's too complicated. Why can't it be more straightforward?
Then you'll just have to get an old-fashioned TV that can't record anything and only has a couple of channels for your home.
I can't.
Why can't... I stopped myself before finishing the question. I was talking to her like I would an adult, even though she was a child who unconvincingly insisted she was in her 20s. It wasn't safe to assume she didn't have these things by choice. That she didn't own a phone or a computer because she didn't want one. Her parents' shadows hovered behind her. They were complete unknowns in this equation. But if her parents wouldn't let her have these things, that was that. A fact that had slipped my mind until just now. Hey, do your parents...
The TV is quite an obnoxious device, isn't it? So many people talking all at once. It gives me a headache.
Did she just change the subject on me? Well, if she didn't want to talk about it, then it would be best not to push the issue. However, I was fairly certain that where I would find the answer to why she'd been sleeping all alone in a park in the rain. The question was whether I would actually involve myself enough to get that out of her. A question I didn't want to consider right now.
What?
Well, we can always change it to something else. There are channels that do nothing but play music, like a radio. That would be better, I'm guessing. I switched it over to a music channel. A woman with a high-pitched voice was singing to poppy music. I'd never heard of her before. The song was rather grating, I thought, but it seemed like something a girl her age would be fond of.
I don't like her voice very much. I think I would rather listen to classical. Change it to that.
I couldn't have been more further off the mark. I knew next to nothing about her, but it looked like I wasn't going to get anywhere applying my ideas of what a normal teenage girl was like to her. Uh-huh.
What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about?
Oh, nothing. So, classical, huh? Not a bad choice. That's my favorite kind of music, after jazz.
I see. And here I thought you were going to whine about.
Hey, do I really seem like such a petty man to you? Anyway, you're the one who does all the whining here. But never mind that. What I wanted to say originally is dinner's ready, though it's gotten kind of cold by now. You might want to warm it back up. Do you know what a microwave is?
Of course I do. Don't belittle me.
It was a genuine question. I still didn't have any solid grasp on what she did and didn't understand yet. She sat down at the table and stared intently at her plate of spaghetti. Surely she knew how to eat it, didn't she? I gestured with my chin for her to start eating, and she slowly reached down to pick up her fork, like she was afraid it would bite her or something. Watching her felt like... It felt like I'd taken in a stray cat. Did that mean I was now trying to win her trust with food? That was one hell of an image. Once she finally got the first bite down, I started in on my own. It wasn't cold yet, but it was a step above lukewarm, and the noodles were harder than al dente, far from ideal. And it tasted, well, barely average. If I'd had the proper ingredients, I could have made a meal befitting of the music, but alas... I really should have stopped by the store on my way back. Stop. What the hell, Jacopo? Do you want to cook a full 3-course meal for a damn stray? Like you said, a quick store-bought dinner is more than good enough for her. The kid's not going to be grateful no matter what I make her anyway.
It's good.
Oh, glad to hear it.
You look flabbergasted.
I just didn't expect you to say anything nice about it. But don't think this is the best I can do. Do you hear me? I can make a real respectable meal too. I'm very particular about both my ingredients and my spices.
I see. I think this is very good as it is.
Oh, you do? Well, thanks. Why am I the one thanking her? Christ. It strikes me I haven't cooked for anyone else in a long time. Or eaten with anyone for that matter.
Oh, that's a shame. Although I haven't shared a table with anyone in some time either.
Comments like that made me want to ask about her home situation, but I swallowed my words along with a mouthful of spaghetti. What she did say was enough to infer that things weren't especially pleasant for her there. Although, all I could do was guess about exactly how bad it was. After that, we ate our dinners in silence. It was an oddly comfortable, relaxing kind of quiet. Made especially curious considering the circumstances. I was sharing it with a teenage runaway while classical music played in the background. Yet somehow I felt a sort of deja vu, like I'd been in this place before. I knew for a fact I'd never met the child before, and I knew for a fact I'd never been in this situation before. But still, I knew it from somewhere far, unimaginably far, in the past. The girl's mercilessly sharp tongue, as well as her tendency to turn meek and considerate at the drop of a hat. But above all, the countless times like this we'd shared. After we finished eating, I went to take a quick shower, and by the time I was out, it had gotten rather late. The girl was sitting on the couch, eyes locked on the TV, which was still playing classical music. It was a shame the channel only broadcast nature photographs to accompany the music. Footage of an orchestra performing the piece would really round out the experience. But as a simple slideshow, it was more something you put on in the background, not sat on the couch and watched. I believe I said you were free to change the channel, put a movie on, read a book, whatever you want.
And here you see me doing what I wanted. If I need to watch a movie or read a book, then command me to do so.
Damn it, I'm not here to order you around. I'm just trying to be nice, Christ. But hey, if that makes you happy, then by all means. It's about time for bed, though. You can use the bedroom down the hall. I'm sleeping on the sofa, so you'll have the room to yourself. What? You have something you want to say?
I was certain you were going to try to sleep with me.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Sleep? Not a chance in hell. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
I wouldn't think of any other reason you would bring me here and offer me so much hospitality.
Oh, for the love of God, I told you at the outset that I was just providing you shelter until things blew over. I have no interest in goddamn children.
I don't believe you.
I see.
She let out a barely audible sigh of relief, not even bothering to object to my calling her a child. So did that mean she'd just been sitting there because she was too scared to bring herself to do anything else? If that was the case, I could only imagine how rough it must have been waiting for me to get out of the shower. Or maybe I could if I were a goddamn pushover. Don't put yourself in deliberately scary situations, idiot. Don't try to sleep in the park or casually follow strange men home or wear nothing but a goddamn shirt if you know it's going to do this to you. Act in your own interests for once instead of deliberately acting against them at every turn.
You're the one who told me to come back with you in the first place, and there's nothing scary about this.
Who knows what might have happened if you'd actually stayed in that park. It's not safe out there. Hell, it's a miracle you made it as long as you did without anything happening. Given how bad you smelled, you weren't out there for just a day or two. How long has it been, huh? When did you run away from home?
Stop shouting. I only stayed outside for about a week.
What? God, you're one lucky girl. A whole week out there alone. Ugh. Nothing did happen to you, right? No strange men tried to do anything?
One man did attempt to touch me.
What? What? And are you okay?
I pulled up my sleeve, opened my and he ran off.
Huh? You showed him your arm. What's that have to do with anything?
Because I look like this.
The girl quietly brought her hand up to the buttons on her shirt, undoing the top, and then the next. Before I could get a word out, she turned around and dropped the shirt around her shoulders. Her back was covered in hideous markings. I felt like I was going to gag at the sight of it. The markings looked like something between burn scars, endlessly crisscrossing lacerations, or something you might see on someone with a rare disease. I had never seen anything quite like it before.
One look at this is enough to scare most people off. And there are none who would attempt to lay a hand on me. Or worse. The man assumed I had some sort of horrible disease, and not wanting to catch it himself, he ran off very quickly. So no, I'm not acting against my own interests. I knew perfectly well that I was in no danger of. See, you're scared too. What did I tell you?
No, I wasn't scared. I had just lost my voice. My chest was so tight I could barely breathe. It felt almost like I had forgotten how to entirely. Was I sinking deeper and deeper into a mire? What the hell was going on? Why was this happening? Sure, the scars were grotesque and extremely unpleasant to look at. But this feeling wasn't rooted in either fear or disgust. It was God. God, what was it?
Those are the scars you failed to heal. You left her with them, and then proceeded to inflict even greater wounds upon her soul. You scarred her. She will never, ever recover. What?
The next thing I realized, I was on my knees, my breathing rough, and my hand clenched before my heart. What the hell was that? There was a voice condemning me, reminding me of my mistakes, accompanied by a crushing torrent of emotions.
I apologize for showing you without warning. I didn't think they would sicken you so much.
No, that's not it. Your scars don't sicken me in the slightest.
Huh?
But knowing that I gave them to you.
What are you talking about? We first met yesterday. You couldn't possibly have caused these. They were not given to be by anyone, nor they caused by a disease. I've had them forever. My whole life.
She's had them forever.
Are you sure you're okay? If the terrible marks on my skin triggered a bad memory. Then I apologize. I'm very sorry.
What are you apologizing for? That's not like you.
Not like me. What are you talking? We haven't even known each other a day. You don't know a single thing about.
Huh. You're absolutely right. What the hell am I talking about? Something's gotten into me. I'm sorry. As you say, I couldn't have caused your scars. However, what I said still stands. They do not bother me. So stop being so self-deprecating about your body. Please don't do it again. She fell silent for a few moments, as though in thought, then gave a soft nod, to which I responded with an equally soft chuckle. Heh. The tightness in my chest remained entirely unrelieved, though. Had I honestly done nothing to cause those scars? A girl with scars like yours has shown up in my dreams before, and every time I do something to her. I just can't remember what. Why bring this dream up right now, though? If I told her we've met in my dreams, she would think I've gone mad. That would undoubtedly frighten her. You assume you're in no danger because of those scars, but you need to understand that there are people out there who only care if you're a girl. Nothing else matters to them. There's no such thing as too careful.
You have a point, I suppose. I admit I was acting a bit rash and without concern for myself. I'll be a little more careful.
If you could, that would put my mind at ease. But now you should really go to bed. If you get thirsty during the night, help yourself to anything in the fridge. And one last thing. You don't have to worry about any unwanted contact. I give you my word, I won't touch you without permission.
Thank you. Well, good night.
Good night. Say.
Yes. I thought you wanted me to go to bed.
Well, yeah, just, I won't do anything to hurt you, okay?
You really are a bizarre man. I'm not concerned about you doing anything anymore. I can't quite put it into words, but you seem different from other men.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Sleep well. The girl gave a little nod and then trotted off into the bedroom and out of sight. What on earth had possessed me to say that? Obviously, I wasn't going to do anything to her, but I still felt deep down that I had to tell her. Although I'd chickened out and not said it the right way. I won't do anything to hurt you ever again.
I was standing in a large room. It was more space than what I knew what to do with, even with the huge bed sitting at the far wall. Like the rest of the house, the room smelled of cigarettes. Normally, I couldn't stand the smell, but it didn't bother me as much here for whatever reason. I'd never stayed at anyone else's house before. And it wasn't like I'd been planning to change that anytime soon, despite the man's accusation that I just casually followed him home. I wanted to send him away when he told me to come with him. I wasn't stupid. You'd have to be crazy to follow a complete stranger. And an older man at that, home. So why had I come with him? I couldn't explain it myself. Was it just me not caring about my own well-being? Was there really nothing else to it? Something told me that wasn't the case. That something else had pushed me to agreeing. It didn't make any sense. He was an angry, mean, bitter man. There was nothing at all likable about him. At most, he did seem like he would always be honest with me. Finally able to relax, I realized I was incredibly tired. I barely even had the energy left to think. It was probably time to sleep. It smells so nice. But you choose what we're doing today, all right? Huh? You want me to sing? I don't mind. What are you laughing about? You didn't think I would agree? Okay, fine. I won't sing. Puppy dog eyes won't change my mind either. That's that. I'm not going to sing. Alone, that is. Yes, you're singing with me. Go find someone who has a lute and ask to borrow it. You don't get a say in the matter. You did ask to borrow that, right? And got permission? None of the shenanigans you pulled at the festival. We need to remain on good terms with everyone if we're going to live here. Well, good. I'm glad you could manage that much. At some point, if we're going to do this again, you should purchase your own so you don't have to borrow one. It would certainly make things simpler, wouldn't it? Next time a merchant is in town, if they're selling a lute, buy it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As long as it has strings capable of making music, that's adequate. And if it's out of tune, you can tune it. You can at least manage that, can't you? That night I had a strange dream. Fields of wheat, a lute, our homeland. I'd never seen a field like that before. At least, not outside of photos. That said, it felt as though it had been forever since I'd slept soundly enough to dream. I almost wanted to go back to sleep, even though it was already morning. Maybe I would be able to see more of the dream if I did. It was bizarre. Something felt familiar about the field, although I was positive I had never been there in my life. It was an incredibly warm, happy dream, but somehow also deeply sad. And who was that in the dream with me?
I'd gotten dressed, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and made breakfast. It was about time to head out to work. I assumed she would have been up by now, but the girl had yet to emerge from my room. Why the hell am I waiting for her when leaving a note would more than suffice? Well, no, it would be fine for me, but less so for her waking up all alone in a stranger's house. But I can't just go into the room and check on her either. What if she's in there changing? Ugh. Grr, why am I wasting my time worrying about this at all? This is my apartment, she's in my room. I have every right to go in there. If she has a problem with it, well, it's her fault for sleeping so damn long. Alright, time to drag her ass out of bed. Hey, it's me. I'm coming in, but not for any uncouth reasons. You hear me? It's just breakfast is gonna get cold and gross if... Ah!
And what are you doing standing in front of my door?
Christ. Give me a little warning, child. What are you, a ghost? You didn't make a damn peep.
Perhaps you need to get your eyes checked. As you can see, I have 2 very real legs.
That you do, yes. Well, anyway, I thought you'd be more of an early riser. I'm not trying to get on your case or anything. I'm just glad you seem to have slept well. Was the bed comfortable?
It was strange.
Strange? In what sense?
It smelled like a wet dog.
What? Hold on, I know I washed those sheets. Are you trying to imply that I stink? Like a dog?
Consider it payback for last night.
That really got under her skin, huh? I do think I spotted a smile on her just now, though. Maybe I'm imagining it, but she seems a bit more affable than last night.
May I ask why you're staring at me?
No reason. Breakfast is ready and I have to head to work soon.
But it's Saturday. Are you bad at your job?
That's not how jobs work. No, stupid, the opposite. I have to do 3 times as much as work as everyone else because they're all incompetent.
Is that so? At school, you have to do extra work if you do poorly, so I assumed you were the incompetent one.
I see that mouth of yours doesn't need any time to warm up in the morning.
Not at all.
Now I have to be going. You can, well, do whatever you want. You're free to leave if you wish, or stay here.
I assumed you were going to chase me out.
And deal with you lurking around the park again? No, thank you.
So am I supposed to say, have a nice day now or something?
I mean, you could if you wanted to. I'm not gonna make you do anything, though.
Well, in that case, I will send you off with a little something. Never come back.
You little... What the hell's your problem?
I get the whole apartment to myself if you don't come back.
Where do you find room for all that cheek in such a tiny body? I swear you've somehow gotten even worse than last night. Christ almighty. Okay, I'm going to work.
Farewell.
It was a bright sunny morning, not a trace of the bleak rain from the night before. I hadn't paid much mind to the outside in recent months. But it was almost shockingly nice out today. A slightly dewy morning breeze tickled my cheeks. The leaves on the trees along the road were so intensely green they seemed otherworldly. Going straight to the office would make this into just another day, so I took a seat on a set of stairs on the way to the bus stop and had a smoke. Watching the silver strands dance up into the blue sky, my mind once again drifted to the girl. I'd said she could stay if she wanted, but how long could I really keep her in my care? If I wanted to do what was best for her, well, there were organizations much better equipped to deal with her situation than a single man. I shouldn't be letting her get comfortable. When I took her in, I assumed her reason for running away was something trivial, like a spat with her parents. But considering how utterly clueless she seemed about even the simplest things last night, I was beginning to suspect her situation was more complicated than I'd first imagined. Was hers a broken home, or was there something even worse going on? And unless I wanted to risk making things worse, I couldn't offer her any advice without more information. So the smart thing to do was to sit back and see how things played out. It probably wouldn't be fun for me either. If her parents found out about this, I could very well end up in jail. Which meant it really wasn't all that smart after all, huh? I had to wonder, would I be doing the same for anyone, not just her? Probably not, no. I couldn't say why, but I suspected the only reason I was bothering at all was because of who she was. I wanted to do what I could to help her. It made no sense either. I couldn't make a damn cent off helping her. She was just an obnoxious child, not even fit for work. You know, I never did get her name, did I? Slipping out of thought, I realized I was at the end of my third cigarette. So much for a smoke. The sky was intensely clear, the air sweet and fresh, and the morning quite beautiful. This is all suddenly feeling like a giant waste of time. Was work really so important that I have to drag myself out on a day this nice? Screw it. I'm taking the day off. I turned around, made my...
Good enough time to stop for now.
That works for me. I'm very tired.
Yeah, but there's someone watching her.
I feel like I got whiplash.
Morgan,
find out next time.
Morgan, get out of that house.
That was a major tonal shift, and I think I got whiplash from that.
Wait, is it a tonal shift? That seemed pretty in line with most of yours, though.
I wonder if this is gonna end up worse than Pauline and Yukimasa.
Oh, if this ends up worse, then I owe
Okay,
somebody for $5.
God.
I will say this. I actually liked how these guys' stories ended in comparison.
So far, it's mostly fine. It's like
Are you saying the story that ends with a with a strange romance is better than one where everybody dies?
What? No, I'm just talking about reincarnation in general, because like it's such a
Oh,
mixed
yeah.
response, which is valid.
I would like.
I like it.
I don't think this is gonna end up in a romance. At least I really hope not.
If like I would trust
Creepy
that you
enough.
guys trusted me that I wouldn't let y'all read it if we wouldn't be here if I was like
I mean,
I think that this
I'm still not sure if she's actually in her 20s or not.
She's not, she lied.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you that for free.
Yeah,
She's
damn
not
it.
just a skinny, tiny 20-something.
I mean,
She's
she
a
did
very
seem
tiny woman.
like I could believe her being malnourished and stuff.
She is a very tiny woman. Have you seen 4-foot ladies? They're a thing.
Hey!
They do exist, yes.
Wait, they
thanks,
do?
Brandon.
And I offended
I
Con,
thought those
apparently.
I thought those are myths and legends.
John, aren't you
They do
5? You're 5.
She's not one of them.
11.
She's still a child.
Damn!
Do exist.
I'm only 5
Connie-
foot nothing with my shoes on.
Connie's actually 5'11".
4'11".
I'm
5'11". 5'11". 5'11".
That's my height.
Investigate
3'11".
You see, Con is a giant.
9.
1'11". Shut the
Finger
fuck
11.
that way.
Wait, what is that fourth thing on the right on your library? It looks like a Final Fantasy.
Theater
thing.
rhythm?
It is.
Theater
Oh.
rhythm.
Fantasy
Final
rhythm
Barley.
game.
Dude.
Why does
It's
that
not
look like,
theater rhythm, it's theater rhythm.
Bait and
It's a
Kaitos.
rhythm
It's hard to
game.
tell
why does
what
that
it
look
says.
like Yaoi?
I don't know.
Eternal
but there's
Wings
two
in the
guys
Lost
and they're standing
Ocean?
pretty close to each other.
It's just an album, Robert.
Here, who wants me to? They added more than Final Fantasy music. Want me to put some Nier music on? I could do that.
They finally added Nier?
Hey.
Damn.
Show us the FF14 tracks and spoil me on something.
These
Shut up.
to inform you, apparently Bait
Is
and
F-
Kaitos is not Yaoi, it is a JRPG.
Does
Oh, cool.
FF14
These are
still
not
have the
mutually
most amount of
exclusive.
music
For the
You know
game.
what, my
of any
friend?
game?
I believe
it's one thing I've learned
okay,
about-
so FF14 has the most for a single title in the series. I think 13 or FF7 have the most across like several entries in the game.
That tracks.
Oh yeah, what are we doing after Fada again? Is it Gun Rose? Gun
we're doing
Days?
Rose Gun. Rose Gun
Rose,
Games.
Rose Guns Days.
Are there
Hey,
Rose Gun
never.
Gays and Rose Gun Days?
How long
Maybe.
does Gay Run
Maybe we'll
go?
find out.
It is shorter than Higurashi or Umineko
They're not
because it's only
for me.
4 parts. But I
Well,
mean,
the
it's
parts
still.
could be longer.
It's still in Ryukashi. It's still
Is it the
long.
size of a normal part?
I mean, I think so, but like, it's fine. You're gonna have fun. It's gonna be fun.
Is it as
How
long as
about-
Caconia?
Why
It's
the-
longer
I don't
than
know.
Draconia because you
What if
finished.
what if we do
longer
Ace
than you
Attorney in
think, but
between
shorter
because
than
it's a
you
bit
want.
lighter?
Oh god,
What-
let's not
Just,
What do you
just the
mean?
first one.
Rose
We
Rose
could
Gun
just
Days
do the first
is
Ace
so light.
Attorney,
What are you
yeah.
talking about?
It's a pretty
creepy.
quick game.
I do believe
but at
Ace
some point
Attorney
we
would
do
be
gotta
best
do the Ace
done.
Attorneys.
I feel like Ace Attorney would
Oh,
be best be done like separately,
Birthday!
not all
It's
at
his
once.
birthday!
Happy birthday, Dane.
I'm
I don't
very
know who that
excited
is.
to do Syconia because I like military fantasy stuff. I think it's cool. Although
want
I'm not
military-
excited to finish it because I don't know if it will ever be finished.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm excited to see it.
Precisely. That's why we're not doing it.
I'm a
yet.
Half-Life fan. It's fine.
That's a lot of Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger music too.
That's
cool.
because it included. That's because I got all the DLC tracks.
Xenogears?
We had Xenogears.
Wow.
Yo, Xenogears has pretty good music. I do
I'd
like
say
it
having
a
also
fair
owned
bit.
2 different copies of Project Diva.
So we can put the Half-Life fans together with the Syconia fans together with the Game of Thrones fans.
No, Game of Thrones fans are still over there right next
Well,
to
Saga.
Good Omens fans.
Sword
The
of Mana.
book fans, come on.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Live Alive.
Yeah, the book fans, perfectly fine.
Live Alive.
I went through those books.
I
They're pretty
believe.
great.
Yeah, they are.
And boy, they diverge from the show.
Oh yes, they totally did.
No, the one's with you. Do the one's with you. Yeah.
Twilly? In Neo Twilly?
Calling. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are we just changing the stream title now?
No, we're just doing
I'm just
this.
I'm gonna do this for 10 minutes and then stop.
Okay.
Because rhythm games are cool.
Man, this people all the people looking for the Fata Morgana tag on Twitch are gonna be really weirded out. All
like usual.
0 of them.
What is that ship? What is that ship from?
I think
Glad the
that's
one's with you, that's for sure.
game.
So
wait,
is
I'd have to
Hero
see the
Rhythm
Ragnarok.
a
Or
Final
I'd have to see
Fantasy
what the ship
thing,
looks
or
like.
specifically?
It's mostly a Final Fantasy thing, but kind of everything is Square associated essentially at this point.
Are you
The thing
saying
looked
that
like it was
Square has a
from-
lot of airships in their games?
Might as well just call this the
I'm saying they have a
Square
lot of airships in their games.
It looked like it was from a shmup.
Is this the Crisis Core guy?
Yes.
That is Zach,
My
yes.
beloved.
Oh, and you. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know
okay.
much about this guy other than apparently he's very cool.
He's
Is
from
this a
Gundaga.
specific Moogle?
Also, I know that.
Moogle in a chef's costume.
Okay,
Also-
that is
Chef
slightly
Moogle.
better.
I
This
also
is specifically Mog from Final Fantasy VI in his famous
Oh.
chef's outfit.
Okay, I didn't realize he has a chef's outfit. I don't think I've ever seen a Moogle wear clothes except in that one game where Moogles are rabbit people.
Yeah, sometimes they
Final
give them
Fantasy
funny hats, but that's like about it.
I'm also aware that apparently the Black Mage character is very cool, as well as Zack.
Vivi.
Yeah, Vivi.
Vivi, I
I'm
believe.
sure
Yeah,
Vivi is
Vivi is
pretty
the best
cool.
Black Mage, yeah.
I
Except
mean,
for
they-
the one
they-
from 8-Bit Theater.
Is 8-bit theater good?
It was decent for its time. Like
It has some clever stuff in it.
I'm pretty sure if you go back, is there going to be like a sexist joke or something? Possibly, probably. I also did turn out. I didn't know the guy, but he worked at the local comic shop that I went to,
Huh.
and
Oh,
for the
cool.
longest time I thought it was like one guy. And then later I asked the guy there, I was like, oh wait, did he leave? And he was like, yeah, that guy quit. And I was like, what? That's messed up. Like, is he still doing the comic? And he's like, what? No, like, what are you talking about? No, that wasn't Brian. That wasn't him at all.
So what's
No,
8-Bit
that was an
Theater?
entirely different guy. He stopped working here a while ago. You haven't, that's
Damn.
why you stopped seeing him here.
So I've heard of 8-Bit Theater. I don't know what it is. I've only heard the name.
It was just a webcomic of what if we did Final Fantasy 1, but it's a comedy webcomic.
Oh,
But
sounds
it's
That
cool.
was
That's
very
a
popular back in the day.
Self-referential, funny video game tropes, but like the original, like before it became passé.
Was it like Dorkly?
Welcome to
skits?
Cronera. It was like
Think
it was like if it's better than Dorkly.
It's
I think
better
it's
than
more on
Darkly.
that.
historically.
Anything is better than Darkly.
I really liked Dorkly whenever, like back in the
I
day.
just
thought it was
find them
fun.
corny at times.
At this
like
point, yeah.
it's like a step up from like Robot Chicken cheap jokes. Like it's
That-
just yeah, that's what we're getting.
I like a good robot chicken joke.
I'm
Did
just
somebody
saying.
say
After a
corny?
while, it's like
funnier
yeah.
than anything that
I
Seth
forgot I got a perfect. I forgot I got a fucking.
Robot
perfect score on
Chicken
this.
makes some surprisingly
Good job.
deep pulls sometimes. Good
too.
job.
Yeah, I like the
my
I like the Dorkly stuff. I thought the Rusty Pokemon like parody thing was fun. I thought the Mortal Kombat
This
skits
is
were
one
fun.
of the better ones.
But after 8-Bit
most
Theater
part.
ended, he started making a legitimate comic book called Atomic Robo, which was very sort of Hellboy inspired.
Oh.
It is about a sentient robot created by Nikola Tesla who works for the U.S. government.
Yeah, I remember that
Cool.
comic book.
It was pretty good for its. It was similarly decent for its time. It's got a bit of that like. I would say it's got that same kind of Hellboy energy of like he's gonna take the weird cases and he's gonna fuck up these creepy, weird, like insane, gory things, and he's gonna do it in a cool way because he's a robot.
Yeet.
Oh, Nora, since you know a lot about classic literature, and I'm going through Moby Dick, wait, how familiar are you with, like, American classic literature?
It depends on which American classic literature it is, because they don't have lots of good classic American literature until, like, the 1800s.
Is there any that isn't racist? Because I'm going through Moby Dick and went,
Racist.
Moby Dick is, like, low-key racist, but, like,
I
in
don't
that
know.
British way where people are like, oh, you know, that's one of those foreigners who have their foreign ways of thinking. Who can tell what these crazy guys will do?
How wacky.
You're also going to find a lot of white savior narratives, just telling you that ahead of time.
I mean, it depends. Which ones do you think are American classics?
What about John Carter? That was literally that with Martians.
John Carter was very much a white savior. He literally shows up and saves the entire. No, actually, he saves 2 entire Martian races. Mostly by dearth of being able to jump good.
I can appreciate that Starship Troopers has the main character be... Where is he? Like, from Puerto Rico or from some Latin American?
He's from
or
Argentina, I believe.
Philippines, I think, actually, isn't it?
Now I'm looking it
No,
up.
Barth. No,
No, his name is Rico.
I think it was that one Brazilian one. I forget the name.
I'm referring to the book.
Juan Johnny Rico is a man of Filipino descent.
Ah.
A lot of it's going to be
They
casually
changed it in the
racist,
movie.
though.
But it's also one of these things where, yeah, like, North America is run by who knows how many people, and there's an alliance between the US, the UK, and Russia against Chinese hegemony, so, like, things are different in Starship Troopers.
I don't even remember the Chinese hegemony thing. What was
The
that?
book was different from the movie.
I went through the book.
No, the movie is almost entirely different. Paul Verhoeven basically threw all of it in the trash and decided, hey, I'm going to keep the part where they fight bugs and act like fascists. And I'm going to make it extra campy because that's how I feel about fascists.
I will say, I kind of want a more accurate Starship Troopers movie just because the way they describe the power armor is so cool.
These flashbacks of Rico's life are told frequently with history and moral philosophy courses in school. However, him being depicted as a man of Filipino ancestry and wealthy, his ancestry is depicted as inconsequential because society has abandoned racial and gender-based prejudices altogether.
Which is
pretty ironic for a Heinlein novel.
It's kind of weirdly
Heinlein
progressive.
wrote some weird fucking shit.
Classically
It's like
progressive,
that
apparently.
one. It's like that one show.
It also isn't that progressive. They're still more or less fascists.
It's
They're just fascists.
Fascist.
I mean, it's sort of like one of those things where it's like, oh man, you know what's a great place where men and women are considered equal, or were for a period of time? China. Like, yeah, when the communists took over, they were all about gender equality because those are the ideals of the proletariat.
It's on the same level as that one series where it showed how in the future everybody was bisexual. Just completely really shut out.
I remember going through Starship Trooper for the first time though, and I was like, and it starts talking about how it's right to spank your dog, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Heinlein has some weird fucking ideas about shit.
Yeah, Stranger in a Strange Land ends with an angel sex cult where nobody's gay, but they do invite guys to join their sex cult. But no gay shit. No gay shit allowed.
You know what?
Free
You're like homo, but no.
Free love as long as it's not gay.
We love orgies, just make sure those penises don't touch.
Yeah, kinda.
Heinlein is weird in that he's very sexually open, but specifically as long as there's no gay stuff.
Reminds me of like the guy that made Star Trek. Now he's like
Gene Roddenberry, yeah.
Yeah, and how in the
Yeah.
future nobody's gay, but everybody is like all the races are united.
Yeah, no, there's an episode where like something the holodeck, something Abraham Lincoln exists, and he just walks up to like Uhura, and he, not in like a racist way, but like in an antiquated way, he's like, a negress running a ship? Like, that's amazing. I'm
Oh
glad
my
and glad
God,
to
I
see there's
forgot
such
about
progress
that.
in the world, and that the world has become more equal. And Uhura isn't offended. She just like laughs at it. She's like, "Puh, like, wow, look at this fucking rube from like fucking 1877, who's fucking around with his like." She finds it more amusing that anyone would say such a thing more than it would be offensive, because it is a culture where such offenses don't exist.
Damn.
That would be like, oh man, women can vote? Wow. Like, that's like, ooh, ah. Like, it is treated with a similar sort of just alacrity of. It has become so common. Like wow, women aren't accused of witchcraft anymore? Ooh, ain't that something?
And then
What
Spock
modern
just
world.
grabs Abraham Lincoln and starts kissing him.
Alright, we're sufficiently
It should
off
have
base. That's
ended
the end
like
of the
that,
stream,
yeah.
everybody. Good night.
Alright.
Orange got offended.
Bye bye.
I didn't know we
Go to
hadn't
bed,
ended it.
everybody.